Hello friends, welcome to our Soviet Journey channel. In this video, I wanted to give you information about a life spent fighting for women's rights. Vida Tomsik's life can be summarized with this sentence. Altogether, we are faced with a heroic female character that concerns the whole world throughout history, both in terms of Slovenia's history, Yugoslavia's history, and internationalist history. I wanted to give you information about her life. I hope you like it. Vida Tomsik is one of the prominent figures in terms of combative political female figure in the history of Yugoslavia and Slovenia. An internationalist, Tomsik held Marxist feminist views that saw women's rights as dependent on the overall social and economic development of the country. The life of Tomsik, who applied her beliefs in his life practice and was given the title of Yugoslavian folk hero, has truly wonderful memories. Let's take a look at this honorable life together. Vida Tomsik was born on June 26, 1913 in Ljubljana, which was then part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire and is today the capital of Slovenia. She started studying law in his hometown and graduated in 1941. Tomsik was introduced to communist ideas at a young age, participated in socialist movements throughout her student life, and became a member of the Communist Party of Yugoslavia in 1934. The same year, she was arrested for her political activities and served 11 months in prison. In 1937, she met Tone Tomsik, who was also arrested for communist activities and the person she would marry in the future. She was released after a while and served as a member of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of Yugoslavia until 1940. She used the pseudonym Mary Singer during the occupation of fascist Italy led by Benito Mussolini. In December 1941, both Tone and Vida Tomsik were arrested again for their political activities in support of the Communist Party. The Italian military court sentenced her husband Tone Tomsik to death, while Vida Tomsik was sentenced to 25 years in prison. These courts were occupation courts, and naturally no law could be expected. Separated from her son, who was born at this time, Vida remained in many prisons from the time she founded one of the first partisan groups until the collapse of the Italian kingdom, and her husband Tone was killed by fascist invaders on May 21, 1942. Vida, who was liberated after the war, returned to Slovenia in December 1943. In February 1944, she was elected to the Slovenian National Liberation Council and took part in political activities. During this period, she wrote articles in the magazine Human Rights and also took part in the Central Committee of the Slovenian Communist Party. On May 5, 1945, she was appointed Minister of Social Policy by the Slovenian government. She continued to hold important positions in the government of the Socialist Slovenia throughout her life until retirement. In the 1970s, she lectured as a professor of family law at the Faculty of Law of the University of Ljubljana. She was the first chairwoman of the Federal Women's Organization. She frequently represented Yugoslavia both in bilateral diplomatic relations and internationally. In addition, she mostly worked on family relations and women's rights and served in the Yugoslavia delegation to the United Nations many times. She served on Council of the International Research and Training Institute for the Advancement of Women in Santo Domingo between 1979 and 1985. She worked as the representative of Yugoslavia at the United Nations Economic and Social Council. At the same time, she created social change projects in accordance with communist principles and especially implemented changes that advocated the equal socio-economic status of women. She implemented the values represented by Clara Zetkin and Vladimir Lenin regarding women in Slovenian society. She often emphasized women's right to decide on the birth of children as a characteristic example of their personal rights. Throughout her life, she maintained that the artificial termination of pregnancy upon request, known as abortion, was a matter to be decided by the mother. Tomsik's views were clearly expressed in the law on marriage and family relations adopted by the Socialist Slovenia in 1976. Tomsik has been honoured with numerous awards for her work and contributions to Slovenian history. Order of Brotherhood and Unity, Order of Courage, Order of National Liberation, Order of People's Merit, Order of the National Hero, Order of the Republic, Order of Polish Partisan, and the medal awarded on the 100th anniversary of Lenin's birth in 1970 are just some of them. In 1979, she was awarded an honorary doctorate by the Faculty of Law of the University of Ljubljana as the first woman. Vida Tomšik passed away on December 10, 1998. She lived his life as an activist in many areas and continues to live in our hearts with the same identity. Yes, comrades, in this video, I told you about the life of Vida Tomšik as an exemplary women's rights activist. I hope you liked it. I am preparing the biographies of many people who worked on Soviet history and also on the world socialist movement. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to our Soviet Journey channel for similar videos. If there are areas you would like to contribute to, let's meet in the comments section. We will be together again in other videos. Goodbye for now. Stay in solidarity.